Hi students, now that you've registered with Reach Plus, I'm going to bring you into the back end to show you the student file area. Okay, so we go to Careers Portal, up into the top right hand side you click on Login. In this area you type in your login details and click Login. And this will bring you directly to your student file area. Okay, so you'll notice that your school logo is up on the right hand side underneath your school name. Okay, this button here will bring you directly to your guidance counselor website that your guidance counselor would have set up. In this area here we have the opportunity to book appointments to meet our guidance counselor. So if I click on this button, okay, it will ask me to choose what the name of my guidance counselor is, wherever that is in your school. There may be one or there may be two or more. Then you select your priority level. Is it normal or is it just as soon as possible? So if I click on Colin and I click on normal and I click send request, what will happen is that will send a message to the guidance counselor. The guidance counselor will receive it on their end and they will make an appointment with you depending on what time they're free. So when they do that, what will happen is in this area you will get a return of request with the date and time of when that's happening. Okay, key dates area, guys, if there's any key dates that you're looking into in terms of open days, if you click on my key dates you'll get the star whatever dates that you're thinking about attending or looking at. School notices and events. Any school events that are published on the guidance website area of your school website will appear here. So when the guidance counselor adds an event, you will see that here. Okay. If your guidance counselor adds any articles to the guidance website, they will appear here. And then if the guidance counselor adds maybe a file or a PowerPoint or a form that you need to fill out, you will see that there. Okay. Across from here we've got an events calendar. If there's any events, again, you need to search. You simply have a look here. If you click on that, or else you go to calendar. Within the calendar you can search a month in advance or maybe next couple of months in advance. Look at categories, career events, national conferences, whatever it is that you're looking for, you certainly will find it there. Okay. In the top area we have the my recent favorites. So the most important aspect of using your student file is that you really start your research. Going back as far as TY or 5th year, whenever you get started in a program, every time that you look for a piece of information, it's important that you start. So for example, you go up to here to search. Okay, within the search area, if I'm looking for, let's say, engineering, and I'm searching for engineering courses, and let's say I choose aerospace engineer and I click on that and I read through all the data, and let's say this is a course I'll maybe be interested in a year's time or 2 years time. If I click on add to favorites, okay, just so that you know, you don't have to remember whether it's a level 8 or level 7 or an apprenticeship. It will sort that out for you when you go back to your student file. So if I click on my student file, straight away it'll remind me that I've visited aerospace engineering. The course code will be there. But not only that, any piece of research that you do and that you star will be located over here in favorites. Okay, so you start building up that favorites area as soon as you get registered on Reach Plus. You have to understand that all the research that you're doing is for you, and just my advice will be, don't be over dependent on a guidance counselor to search this information for you. Within the Reach Plus program, you have access to so much information and you need to become your own researcher, because when you finish secondary school, when you head into university, if that's where you end up being, there's a huge aspect of that of independent research. You need to become your own researcher. So as I said, from TY 5th year and 6th year, all this information that you are researching will be stored in here. When you get to 6th year and come up to your CEO application, just you can kind of remove some of these that you've researched before because maybe you're not interested anymore or you're not going down that path. So it's totally easy to manage. But most importantly, you just keep adding and adding and adding so that it gives you a good open choice. And then when it comes to 6th year, you'll be able to cut that down to exactly what you need. Over here, we've got all our apps and tools. Okay, so when you're on the Reach Plus program, you'll either have a book or you'll be using the online apps. So they kind of combine with a kind of blended learning approach, if you're familiar with that. So maybe one week you'll be using your book and another week you'll be using the online. So all your apps are located in here. Okay, so they're all color coded in order to work with your book. So in the first section of your book, you'll see it'll be green, it'll be career planning and research. So if your guidance counselor spins around and says, listen, okay guys, we're working on career planning and research, and I want you to open up guidance interview, you go to career planning and research, click on guidance interview, and then you'll be instructed further from your guidance counselor to work on that particular app. Okay, so just so that you're aware, if you want to click on them individually, you will just get the apps that are associated with each section. Okay. The great thing about this area is that every piece of work that you complete will be shown in the progress indicator. So our aims for as soon as we get started on this program is obviously to reach to the end. Okay, in some cases that may not be possible because there'll be some apps that maybe your guidance counselor doesn't feel that you'll need to do in that year. So your the whole aspect of your working towards is getting to the end of this and getting all your app areas complete. Okay, but the guidance counselor will guide you through that. Another feature as well, guys, is that in the messaging area here, your guidance counselor will send you a message. It could be a whole school message, it could be a certain year group message, it could be specifically for your class, or it could be a private message. If it's under private message, that is obviously it's directed towards you only. You must on a daily basis check your messages to see what was sent. Okay, because your guidance counselor will be directing you towards really important information that you need to get access to as soon as possible. And the other feature as well on this would be the My Files area. If you click into My Files, you'll be allowed to upload as much information as possible. Maybe it's PowerPoint, maybe it's a form or a document, whatever it is, you can upload it to store it into your own personal files. The other aspect of My Files is the school files here. So basically, if I was to send you a form that I need you to fill out, I can actually send that directly into your files area so that I'll inform you that that file has been sent. You click into school files, and the example here is a subject choice document. I may ask you to download that and fill it out or whatever the instruction is. Okay. The most important aspect of the Reach Plus program for you students is that every piece of work that you complete is contributing to a huge portfolio for you. So the more you engage with this program, the more you liaise with your guidance counselor and follow the instructions and the work that's given, what you're doing is you're adding all this information in here that is forming itself into a huge report for 6th year.